You know, I only have one goal in this. I'm not in it for the fame. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the accomplishment. I wanted to be world champion since I was a little kid.
Okay, we're gonna do some rapid response drills, some nervous system activation stuff for fast feet. Okay, we got a 3-yard cones here. We're gonna go about 3 yards and we're gonna sprint out for 5. Notice how we have the K bands on for some extra resistance and some more glute activation. First one we're gonna do is we're going straight ahead. Okay, so we're gonna have our feet shoulder width apart. It's like on hot coals. We're gonna have our feet as fast as possible. Arms are gonna try to synchronize, but go a little bit slower. So as fast as you can with the feet. Okay, we're gonna go for about 3 yards. And we're gonna sprint out. Okay, we're gonna walk back. We're gonna do that twice. Second one we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna go backwards. Same concept. As fast as you can. Okay, then we're gonna turn and run out. So as fast as you can. With the feet. 3 yards. Boom. Turn and run out. Okay, at least a good burst for 5 yards. Okay, we're gonna do that again for 2. Then we're gonna go sideways. Okay, we're gonna go laterally now. Okay, as fast as you can with the feet. Okay, boom, sprint out. Okay, you're gonna do that going both directions for 2. Okay, let's try these ones out. Do it again. Okay, on you guys. Okay, fast as you can, fast as you can, fast feet. Ready? There it is. Now, big hard burst, big hard burst. Good. That's it, Nigel. Hey, burst out, Nigel. Hard step. There it is. Good. On you guys. Good. You're gonna open up to your right. There it is. And let's do it again. Open up to our left now. Open up to our left. That's it. Beautiful. Here we go, boys. Good. That's it. Fast feet. And big burst. Big burst. Go, boys. That's it. Big burst. Step back. Here we go. Okay, continuing our rapid response drills. Now we're going to get our hips activated and open them up a little bit. So first one we're going to do is just a tap, tap, pop. So tap, tap, pop, 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 tap, tap, pop. And then you're going to sprint out for another 5-10 steps. Okay? You're going to do that on both sides. Okay? Then we're just going to do the pop. Okay? So we're going to do that both sides, okay, 2 times. Then we're going to go to the pop now. Okay? Pop, 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 pop. Sprint out. Okay? Do that 2 times on each side. Okay? Then we're going to do almost like a karaoke. Okay? Same thing, 3 yards, okay, sprint out, okay, now we're just getting the hips involved and opening the guys up. On you, go. There it is. Tap, pop, the other side now. Boom, 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 good, hard sprint, good, open that hip up. Tap, pop, okay. There it is. That's it. Big burst, big burst. That's it, Nigel. Go. Turn the hips over. Good, fire out. Last one. Just finishing up, we're going to do some rapid fire broad jumps. You can do between 3 and 5 jumps, okay? And you want to do as fast as possible, trying to get as much distance as possible. Okay, so we got to take the K bands off now. Glutes are activated, body's activated. Gonna be behind the line. Okay, take that deep breath in. Okay, go. And land it, walk back, take about a minute break. We do anywhere from 3 to 5 jumps, trying to get as far as possible. Okay? Okay, let's see it, boys. Big jump. Hup. Good. There it is. Beautiful. Hey, longest jump right here. Hey, 10 yards. Eh? 10 yards. Go, boys. Rapid fire. Come on, Kwame. Beat it, Kwame. Hup. Ah! Hey, boy. Hey, a little further. Let's go. Get that distance for me. Come on. 1, that's it, Kwame. 2, hup. Yeah, Kwame, that's good. Woo! That's it.
Now we're getting into our football specific drills. Basically, we use this as a tempo day. So instead of running a regular linear tempos, we actually put into a more sports specific base. So we have 3 defensive backs here shadowing 1 wide receiver. It doesn't really matter how many you have. We can get the guys working all at once. So what we're doing here is we would work off of a route tree for our tempos. Basically, a wide receiver will run 6 to 8 different routes to his left side, and then 6 to 8 different routes to his right side. And we would do this where he would do it between 75 to 80% of how hard he's going to go through his routes, and then we're going to walk back, and that's our break. You know, because we want to have it more sports specific and how these guys are actually going to play. So instead of just running just pure linear stuff for specific tempos, we're actually trying to do it more sports specific. So as you can see, our defensive backs are going to keep about a 5-yard cushion, backpedaling the way they would. Now you can either backpedal as a defensive back, shuffle, drop step. It doesn't really matter, but you want to keep that 5-yard cushion. And when the wide receiver breaks, we want to at least give 3 to 5 hard steps to where the wide receiver is. So there is no football here. So the most specific thing these defensive backs are watching is they're watching that hip, and then they're driving hard down for 3 to 5 steps. For the wide receiver, he's trying to get to in and out of his break rather quickly, but he's running these in and around 75 to 85%, but coming out of his break about 90% to 100. So he can kind of work on that sport-specific work. So everything, like I said, is a nice walk back. These guys are relaxing, taking deep breath in, diaphragmatic breathing. We kind of work on that during warm-ups and other drills. And then these guys are just learning how to relax and just an environment where they can work on their technique. But so here, as the wide receiver, I think he ran a quick out for about 4 or 5 yards, and then he did like a curl route. Then we would run about a 15 to 12 yard comeback. He would do a corner route and then a fly. And if there's anything else that you want to add in there, then you can do that. If there's any other routes that you want to specifically work on, and then you would do all that. So right now we're working to our left side, so all left breaking routes on the tree. And then he would go, and we would take 3 to 4 minutes, maybe even less, depending on how great a shape you're in. And we would do all the in-breaking routes. Here now we're going into all the same route running, but we're doing it in because this is the CFL, so we're working from a slot back position. So we have that running start. So now there's a little bit more conditioning involved. So the wide receiver is going to start about 10 yards back, jog into his route, and then about 70-80% when he gets to the line of scrimmage. And now the defensive backs are going to have to take a few steps backwards before he gets there. So they're going to have to read him a little bit to keep that distance. So as you can see here, the defensive backs will get into their stance, okay? And they're going to have to get out a little bit faster to keep that distance up, okay? One of the defensive backs made a little mistake there. He thinks we're still going outside, but all in all, we just want to be able to react a little bit quicker, but still go through our sport-specific movements in breaking in and out. But you can do this with any type of sports, okay? As long as you're doing the sport-specific movements, we don't always want to run tempos, just linear speed, and then at the end, because a lot of guys will run tempos, 70%, run to one goal line, you know, maybe rest 15-20 seconds, maybe do some type of push-up, air squats. That's all fine, but when these guys get on the field, they want to be knowing that they can go through their stuff at the way that they're supposed to play it. So these guys, it's the way they play, so this is the way that we're going to work them out. Hey, if that makes sense to you, then good, because it should make sense. We want to make these guys practice or perform the way that they're actually going to perform in a game. Okay, so we want to get them moving the exact same way. But like I said, you want to be able to go through at 75-80%. Hey, because it's almost like this would be after like a hard speed day. Almost like, so this is a flush out. So we want to flush their legs out, but do it in a sport specific manner. Okay, so at the same position they're going to be doing it. So wide receivers are going to do their work, defensive backs are going to do theirs. Okay, it doesn't matter what position we're doing. We got a linebacker on the far right, and we want to be able to open his hips up and work him like a defensive back. If anybody knows anything about the CFL, that linebacker is going to work. That Sam linebacker, Will linebacker, those right there are defensive backs. Okay, notice how they keep the cushion. Hey, my one guy is right on the hip. Okay, they always want to be closing. Okay, so very easy drills to do. Hey, just make sure when we finished the wideout position, left and right, we took a good 5-minute break, because this is taxing. It looks kind of easy, but it is taxing. You see these guys with their arms over their head. They are going to be into the season in about 4 weeks, so this is great for a recovery day, getting their legs flushed out and allowing them to get that endurance conditioning going long term. So all of a sudden, 4 weeks from now, they're primed and ready to go. Their body can adapt, and they're not going to get injuries moving left or right, because they're used to opening up. They're used to getting that work in. Okay, so we'll watch this last fly. I think this is it for them. Remember, we want to do it from the wide receiver stance. Okay, the wide out position left and right, and we want to come back in, and we want to do the from the slot position. So the guys can work on all aspects of the field. Okay, so we're going to watch this last one. I'm pretty sure it's the last fly of the day. And again, after this is done, you go recover, put the legs up, hot cold tub, cryotherapy, foam roll. Do what you got to do. Put the legs up. Get off your feet on these recovery days, and then just to kind of get that blood flow moving again.
Remember, as you open up, close to him, okay?
So we're going to watch these last one. These DBs want to make sure they're in front of him. Hey, they know what's coming. They know the route, okay? And the wide receiver, and they're all going to just close in, get there. That's it, okay? Try this out at home. It's a better sport-specific conditioning / tempo day than anything else. Take care.